Morning, Piggy.
Morning. Tuesday morning to you. It's a Monday morning for us. It'll be Tuesday when y'all see this. So y'all know how that goes. Alright, baby. It's a four-way. Act like you know what one is.
They don't. They honestly don't.
Not too far away from here on the way in. It's coming in. Coming down towards the end of one road. There's some woman with an all black stroller and her dressed in all black standing on the side of the road. I almost didn't see her. I first thought it was a stack of trash bags standing out there. When I did catch something being there. But people, don't y'all understand? Ain't nobody gonna see you until it's almost too late. If you wind up getting clipped, you're gonna blame them for hitting you.
Yeah.
What you doing on the side of the road, blending in completely to the background.
Yeah, because that was a dark area there.
Yep.
It's dark enough now, just...
You know, on the side of the road below a bank of trees and stuff, nice and dark. There she was, all black. The stroller all black. I caught a glimpse like stack of trash bags. Was able to get another quick peek and like, no, that's somebody standing there with a stroller. Goodness gracious. Oh well. It's Monday morning, start of a new week. It's foggy and misty.
Fixing to turn green.
45 degrees down here. I'll take that over snow and cold any day.
I'm saying.
Any day.
I don't like the rain, but I like it better than I like that weather we had last few weeks.
Right. Well, I can deal with all of it, but snow I prefer not to. I'd rather deal with ice than snow. Of course, ice, if I ain't got to be out, I ain't going to be out.
That's it. I'm not worried about snow. I just think driving snow is anything else, but if I ain't got to be out, I ain't going to be out.
That's it. Of course, snow too, doubly so on the snow. Stay in if I ain't got to be out. Of course, in later years, I got to where I told them, I said, they snowing ice on the roads. I said, I can't get out. Just left it at that.
That's it.
But most time, if it came down, I was caught at work when it did. And I was working nights. So I waited till daylight to deal with it. I was driving a little 1988 Festiva with bald tires, and I was going down the road seeing all sorts of 4x4s off in the ditches. Here I was in that little 88 Festiva with bald tires, just getting right along.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these people can't drive.
Oh, I love it. These people, they pull out.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a merge lane, but it ain't quite long enough to really get up to speed. And they'll go ahead and get out in that lane. When if they just waited down here, waited on traffic to pass by, they could use that lane to then get out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to use it. So I find it funny. I've been caught by it once or twice because it looked like I might be able to get out, so I hit on down in it and then Turned out traffic was thicker than I thought it was, and I'd have to stop. Then I'd be in the same situation.
Hey, we can get a green light.
Well, that might be a good thing. I can go on green.
Hey, go.
Go, go, go.
Just watch where you go.
Well, folks, if by in the morning y'all hadn't learned of it or figured it out or heard anything, Mama Linda is doing a little better. She's feeling a little better. She called me this morning. And being her chipper little self. And she don't look like she's totally out of the woods with it, but you can tell she's feeling a lot better.
I feel for her because I know that stuff's rough that she's going through.
Right. Oh yeah, you can tell she's been through it. You can definitely tell that.
It drains you.
It does. But just an update on her in case anybody don't know about it by the time you hear this. She does seem to be doing better.
Yeah.
And I'm glad for that. That kind of thing is rough. I hate to hear about anybody going through that.
That's one of the things I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
Right?
And yes, people, I do have enemies.
So do I, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I've heard it said, if you ain't got enemies, you ain't doing it right.
I kind of figured this way. I got free rent in their brains. I ain't worried about them.
Right? They'll pop up in my mind every once in a great blue moon, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I've got enemies that cause me great problems. One of them dead. Hate it for them. Hated to hear it.
Yeah.
Especially from what they died of and the situation of things at the time they died. Everything, but, you know, they chose their life. They chose the way they wanted to go. Right? You know. None of the rest of them involved in that situation doing too well either. You know. You make your bed, you lay in it.
That's it.
Yeah, it's just as simple as that.
I got too much to do to be hating on people and wishing them ill.
Well, you know, when you hate on people because they've done stuff to you, you don't forgive them. It's kind of like the Ferengi, Star Trek Next Generation.
Yeah.
Their number one sin is revenge.
I know why.
Because you don't make no profit off of it. You spend money and don't make no money off of it.
There's no profit in it.
There's no profit in it. You know. And the type of quote unquote people that the Ferengi are still you blind if you give them half a chance.
Mm-hmm.
On that one they got it. They got a good one on that one because they right. There ain't no profit in revenge. So might as well forgive folks what they've done and go on with yourself because the forgiveness ain't for them, it's for yourself.
Let's see. That's what I was just sitting here thinking.
You know, and you have to be able to forgive to be forgiven.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't forgive others, how can God forgive us?
That's it in a nutshell, right there.
Because if you ain't got forgiveness in your heart, even for your worst enemies, that means you got hate in your heart. You got hate in your heart, well, God can't forgive you. Because you ain't willing to forgive your enemies. You know, so there's that. We're gonna have to go home and have us a bagel with cream cheese.
Yeah, I might chop up some bacon and cook it too. Sprinkle on top of that cream cheese.
I'd be good with just with cream cheese.
Okay, that'd be just as quick. Do it done that way.
So,
if not quicker.
anyway, as y'all can tell, it's rainy and misty out here. So it adds to problems.
Rainy, misty, foggy, overcast.
And if you happen to get caught with a windshield full of mist, somebody with bright lights, especially when it's darker, comes across you and hits that windshield, it ain't nothing but you ain't gonna see nothing. Nothing but blind you. Because all the droplets from that mist on your windshield is gonna magnify the brightness of those bright lights. You might as well look up on a sunny day, look into the sun and do that. It's gonna be the same result. Don't blind you. Well, some of you may know there's a lot of news going on. Ain't gonna get too well into it. But y'all know what's going on out there. And I think it's a great thing.
Promises made, promises kept.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say.
Now, those who would have a problem with that, let me equate it this way. Say I come to your house and I break into your house, whether it's locked or not locked. You know, I come on into your house. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. I don't know you, know anything about you, but you've got a house I don't. I come on in and make myself at home, eat your grub out your fridge, make you take care of me,
pay my medical bills,
make you pay my medical bills and everything about me, and sit on your couch and watch your TV while you go to work to support me. How would you like that? You know, I hadn't done anything bad other than come into your house. But you got to go to work to support me while I sit on your couch and eat your chips and watch TV. Well, that's essentially what happens when people illegally cross the border. They're coming into your house, and then you have to support them and pay their medical bills and all like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I've worked with illegals, but the difference between the ones I worked with and the ones today, especially the ones today, even a lot of them then, they weren't coming to try to become legal. The ones I worked with, they were every one of them working on trying to become legal so that they could be an American citizen. And I get why some of them are coming. They want a better life. I get that. But the ones that are wanting a better life are seeking to become legal. They face the music of having come illegally by going and trying to become legal. But most of the ones coming, and that have been coming, are either coming to work 10 to 15 years without having to pay taxes. No, they didn't pay taxes. You know, in spite of what some would want to believe.
If you don't have a Social Security number, you can't pay taxes.
You can't have one of those unless you're legal.
And you can't get a green card unless you're legal.
So, but they'll work about 10, 15 years, send a lot of money back home. After about 15 years, they've sent enough money back home, they go back home. They live like kings for the rest of their lives. Kings and queens. And have not contributed a thing to this nation except take a job that a legal citizen could have had and sent that money home. Taking money out of this country so that they can then live like kings and queens when they get back, kind of an early retirement, without having contributed a thing. You know, had the taxpayers paying their bills, paying their medical bills, their health care. You know, that's what Obamacare was all about. It was for paying, it was a tax. It wasn't insurance. You know, heard all sorts of stories of people having to pay for things on insurance that they didn't need. As an old man, he was being made to pay prenatal care.
Yeah, 70-something-year-old man having to pay prenatal care.
On the insurance. He didn't need prenatal care. One, he wasn't a woman, and even if he had been, he'd been too dang old to have a baby. So, it was a tax designed to fill the coffers for paying for free health care for illegals.
Well, even the Supreme Court called it a tax. They didn't say it was insurance. They said it was a tax.
They said it was a tax. I think it needs to be cut out and thrown in the trash. Completely. Go back to the way it used to be. Make them insurance companies compete for your business.
Mm-hmm.
And bring them insurance costs down real quick. Because then they'll be made to go back to competing for your business.
Mm-hmm.
And in the medical realm, that'll help make a lot of other things go down too. Yeah, so that's how you equate that. You know, we've had somebody come into our house, unwelcomed, unknown, being made to support them. We go to work, and they sit on our couch eating our grub and watching our TV. That's how that equates. You know, if you all right with that, take them on into your house.
See it.
You know, I hate it that it's like that, but you know, folks, without borders and without a people loyal to a nation, you ain't got a nation. This is all there is to it. Now here's the other problem. Most of the people coming across that border were young fighting age men. And others were bringing across children that didn't belong to them. They were being trafficked. And that's most of what was coming across, that and drugs. Mainstream media ain't gonna tell you that.
I don't watch mainstream media.
They're gonna try to get in your feels about, oh, they separating families. No, they ain't separating families. They separating children from people who are trafficking those children. You know. And if there is an actual family being separated, well, think of it this way. You commit a crime, you get separated from your family, don't you? Well, there you go. They commit a crime by crossing the border illegally. So they're already criminal right from the get-go.
Federal criminal at that.
Yep. I mean, think about it. Can you cross over into Mexico, China, Colombia, or any other place illegally? Circumvent their laws and their borders? No, you can't. They'll throw you straight in jail. China will put a bullet in you for doing it. Unless you're American, then they'll snatch you up and try to use that, calling you an American spy, whether you are or not. So other countries don't allow it, but they expect us to. They expect us to be okay with people violating our sovereignty when they don't allow it at all. Now tell me how that's right. Yeah, it's like the Geneva Convention. In wartime, they got all these rules of war. One of our own even halfway questionably infringes upon any one of those rules. Now the rest of the world wants them hung. But here's the double standard. None of the rest of them abide by those rules of war. Now tell me how that's right. It's a double standard. And I think it's high time we gave back as good as we get. You know, something happens accidentally because they decided to do something that is against the rules of war according to the Geneva Convention. And then want us to pay severely for it. Well, no, go stuff yourself, because you made that situation occur. Because you're a freaking coward and hid behind women and children. And here's the thing on that. Those who do that, the women and children, are willing. So they are complicit in that action. Because they're willing to be that human shield. So it's to create further problems for ours by putting them in a situation where they cannot fire at the enemy because of rules of war, but the enemy can shoot at ours. Y'all tell me how that's going by the rules of war. That ain't on our part. I think they need to stuff that where the sun don't shine. War is war. These people are complicit. I would hate that would happen. But, you know, when you're left with no choice, you're left with no choice. Well, that squirrel didn't make it. It run out right at the last second as I was going by.
I heard thunk. That's all I heard.
Well, it was a squirrel trying to crawl its way across. But, you know, that's just my thoughts on it, but that's how you equate that. The rest of the world wants us to abide by rules that they do not abide by. Then they want to get into all your feels with saying it's this, when it's not that, it's something else. And what they've been doing is sending in an invasion force into our nation getting ready to take over, had the other one won. Because I can guarantee you, had the other one won, we weren't being killed out, we'd be learning how to speak Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the bottom line. Because once you trace back all the money, I guarantee you, you'll find the source of that money coming from China. Which, of course, that money is money that they stole off of us through unfair trade practices. So there you go. Y'all got to think strategically, folks, to cut through all the BS. Piggy loves you.